anytime you're playing talent, there's a level you have to get to. I think it took us, um, the Oregon game, for instance, with their length and their 7 footers, it's different than Alabama. Because Alabama's doesn't have seven, they don't have 7 footers, but their quickness. Um, but I think the biggest teachable moment for me was I looked at the guys that stepped up for us, like Tremont Mark. I was one of Tremont's better games. I thought Jarris Walker did some good things. But, in games like that last year, and this is where, from you guys' standpoint, you don't know what you don't know, is that Terrence Arsenault is a true freshman. Jarris Walker is a true freshman. JVA Francis really is a freshman. Maybe not a true freshman, but maybe redshirt freshman. In those moments last year, we had the new guys. Josh Carlton was a fifth-year senior. Tajay Moore was 24 years old. He was a six-year senior. 6-year. Kyler Edwards was a fourth year. Those guys had all played 100-plus games in college basketball. And for Kyler and Big Josh, they had seen a lot of those kinds of games. For our guys, that was their first time. So you can tell the inexperience. There's an adjustment period to be in that. I think the next time, the more we're in that situation, the better. Teams are guarding Marcus differently. He's getting Quentin Grimes treatment maybe to another level. So we're having to adjust to a lot of things like that, but that's our job. We've got to do a good job of getting our kids ready to play in those things. But I didn't leave the game encouraged. If anything, I left this. I'm sorry, I didn't leave the game discouraged. That would have been a bad statement. I didn't leave the game discouraged. I left it more encouraged. I didn't think we played very well at all. Now, Alabama had a lot to do with that, but we were the victim of friendly fire too. For instance, I think we out-rebounded them the second half, but it took us a while to get to our rebounding level, start the game. But 3 things that we've just got to focus on is guarding the ball better, one-on-one defense. Our team defense was outstanding. Our team defense and our ball movement, our offensive execution is why we went up 15. And then when and you can tell what Alabama did. Their sets were not working because we were taking them out of all their stuff. So they did what a lot of coaches do, because we've done it a lot. At some point when the team is so good, you just spread them out and try to drive them and find out where the weak links are. And that's what Alabama did. So guarding the dribble, communicating better, and we call them ghost screens, where they don't set the screen, they fake the screen and go. That requires communication. Some of our young guys got confused on that. And you remember a couple of times when they turned the corner and went and dumped the ball unobstructed. Well, that was a communication error. It doesn't happen with Kyler and Tajay, for instance, because their experience keeps them out of those moments. And then I'm continuing to learn this team. Certain guys that probably need to play a little bit more, and there's certain guys that maybe need to play a little bit less. But that's what those moments are for. They're great teachable moments, even if we'd won the game. And obviously we felt like we should have or could have, but we didn't. But there was so many teachable moments in that game for me and our coaching staff. We've talked about it. So that's what you learn from those games. Keep the ball in front of you. Win the first dribble. Those are 2 main factors.
Is it as simple as that? Is there something that you have to teach, like in terms of where they need to look at when they are guarding on the ball?
No. You're taking a common cold and making it cancer. It's real simple. Win the first dribble, keep the ball in front of you. That requires toughness. You got to want to do it. And all our guys can do it. Um, um, but you got to do it for 40 minutes.